Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of February 1st through the 7th. And during that time, we have a full moon that comes in on the 2nd. And a full moon, of course, is a time of heightened emotions. You might be a little overwhelmed or anxious feeling, maybe snappy and irritable, or you might just have changes in your sleeping patterns. If you're like me, I just have really, really high energy. But it is a good time for us to release any resentment or fear and to practice patience and calm. So, if you have any of those things that go on during the full moon, just remember it's a monthly way for us to practice that patience and calm if we need that to practice that in our life. So we then move into the waning gibbous energy, and that of course lasts for the rest of the week. That's a time of self-reflection and rebirth, and a time when we can make positive changes and get rid of bad habits and negative thinking, and really, just buckle down and work towards those things that we're trying to achieve. So keep those moon energies in mind, Virgo, as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading, and I love this, it is prosperity lies ahead. You are the second one to get this because Gemini had it as well. So, I really like that reading. So, if you have a Gemini in your life and you'd like to cross watch, go check that reading out as well. And all right, we'll get right into this reading. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you get out into nature. So, try to get out and take a walk, find a park area with a lovely view, whatever works for you. Also, I know that I'm in the snow zone, so I probably won't have snow melted by February 1st, but I probably will get out and look at the full moon at night under with some snow under. That's usually very pretty. Even though it's cold, just bundle yourself up if you have to. And if you this is cracking me up. I'll tell you why in a minute. If you're one of those people that lives in a warm place, know that the rest of us are jealous, and please get out there and enjoy it for the rest of us. So, prosperity lies ahead, and the card that is your present energy is the Queen of Pentacles. And I was telling you about the Gemini reading. Their card that came out was the King of Pentacles. So, very, very interesting. If you have someone that's a Gemini that you may want to watch that reading. Anyway, this is you really in the energy of understanding how the material world works, how money works. And I just feel if it's prosperity lies ahead, that maybe there's some sort of luck coming your way, which I think is really awesome. For this first week in February. Your current situation is the Page of Swords. So, this is also a new path in understanding a way to communicate something new or having new thoughts and ideas about things. So, a couple of royalty cards, Queen of Pentacles is also um, it's your understanding, but it's also your understanding of the people around you and how their material worlds are working out as well. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And you just have a really good motherly understanding of that. But Page of Swords is definitely about a new way of communicating about those specific things. So at the root of this situation is the Queen of Wands. So this is you participating in something also that you're very passionate about. So not only are you really having a good understanding about the material world, but this is about the passion world also. What lights your fire, but also what lights the fire of the people around you. And how do you contribute to that and help them with it or counsel them through any of those things? It's about, again, it's not only the energy that you're taking on, but it's your ability to see that energy in other people as well. In your recent past here is the Two of Cups. So this is coming together in friendship, partnership, that sort of thing. Um, and that's good. That maybe it took two of you again. Maybe some of you know a Gemini. You've come together to accomplish some sort of prosperity, which is awesome. That's the most awesome reading. I'm real happy to hear about that if you want to drop it in the comments down below. But yeah, that's in your recent past that whatever you're doing, you've come into it through a partnership or through some sort of understanding and mutual agreement and working together. What is on your mind this week is feeling a little bit like an outsider for some reason with the Six of Pentacles. Very, very interesting. Are you comparing yourself to others? Remember that, what is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't let that happen. But it could be, this is about feeling like an outsider And is it a feeling like an outsider due to lack or due to prosperity? That's interesting. So that's a turn I've never seen, but I can totally see that where maybe you do feel like an outsider because you've been very, very prosperous, And I'm thinking like lottery win. I'd feel like an outsider if all of a sudden I had millions at my disposal, right? I'd be like, well, how do you do this? So that could be a prosperity thing as well. And that's something you would have to work out and think about. How would you manage that? How would you manage that kind of prosperity? What is, and I hope that's a problem for you. I really do. Again, if it is, drop me a comment down below. I'd love to know. What is just ahead of you this week? Wow. 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is about long-term wealth and longevity and security for generations. So I do love this reading again. Um, yeah, I just think it's a very lucky reading. So, if you're a gambling person, might be a good time to buy that lottery ticket this week. In your advice position is the high priestess. So use your intuition, listen to those dreams, watch those synchronicities in the universe. That's your advice this week, is to really pay attention to what's going on in the world that, oh, excuse me, the world that is kind of the unseen, right? And that's where those synchronicities come from. That's where we're paying attention to our dreams and then acting upon them and saying, hey, okay, maybe I do need to play that number that came up in my dream. I know I'm using that as an example. There's other ways to be prosperous, but there are an awful lot of pentacles in this reading. So, I'm definitely going to have to say that for you. What is beyond your control this week is wow, okay, I'm going to tell you. This is the 6th reading I've done, and every reading has had 8s. It seems like a very prosperous week. Strength is beyond your control this week. This is, both inner and outer strength, but it's the 8. For a few readings, there's been many 8s. We'll see if more come out for your reading, but for right now, 1-8 beyond your control is inner and outer strength this week. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? 4 of Pentacles, lots of Pentacles in this reading. So interesting. That's a card of stability. Hopefully that is your secret desire. I don't know if anyone's like, well, I don't want to be stable and trying to avoid that. But it's your secret desire this week. I just want to be stable. I think that's a great thing to do, especially when we're talking about Pentacles. That's really good. I like that. Also, 4s turn into 8s for me. 4 is a very important number in my life. What is in your outcome position is the Chariot. So while all this is going on, you're gathering info about making some sort of move, some sort of thing that you want to do, change, do things a little differently. This could be as small as moving the furniture around in a room and you're thinking about it, or it could be as big as you're going to move and have a different house, right? Do look up angel number 8. Uh, Again, I think it's important. I've seen so many 8s this week in all the readings. I think it's going to be an important number for all of us. It's infinity. I mean, look also above her head right there, that 8 that's right above the strength card. It's that infinity number. Look that up and see if that has meaning for your week this week, Virgo. Okay, what is hidden from you at the bottom of the deck is the moon card, and that's okay because the high priestess is like, to me, the high priestess is like the moon card amplified. The moon card really kind of represents the same things that she does. It's just that this is amplified so much more. So, I see that as an amplification of this. Really pay attention to those synchronicities. Watch for those things that are going on around you. Don't let numbers escape you. Again, like angel numbers or things that are recurring for you. Prosperity lies ahead, but I think it's the message here is to really watch the universe for how that may manifest itself, and then follow those breadcrumbs. That's what we're watching in the synchronicity. So, all right, Virgo, let's get a final word here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message here for Virgo from the Soul Oracle deck for the first week in February for Virgo. Okay, this card right here. Claim your art. All right, whatever your art is, claim it this week. Claim it, participate in it. Looks like your art might be in the pentacle realm this week. So if that's the case, do claim it. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care this week, Virgo. Self-care for Virgo this week. first week of February. And the card that you get is the card that says success. Love that. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up for you, and unexpected gifts fall into your lap. What an amazing card, Virgo. I love that. Success, prosperity lies ahead. Claim your art. We've got pentacles all over your reading, inner strength, making moves, lots of moving parts in this. You are the queen of pentacles and wands. That is passion and the material world. And also, you're doing this out of partnership. You're feeling a little like an outsider in your head. You know, it's that kind of a little bit of imposter syndrome seeping in about some success that you're having. Don't let that happen. Don't let it, again, don't let comparison be the thief of your joy. So, Virgo, thank you so much for being here. I love this reading. I really hope that there's something that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below. I'd be happy to see, you know, what prosperity happened for you this week. You know, are you having success? Is there some move that you're planning on making? Or if you have questions about this reading, of course, I would like to answer those for you. That would be fine with me. Also, if you like my reading style, if you hit like and subscribe, which is super easy to do, it's right down there. If you do that, you can find me next week where you can come back and we can see where this reading goes, if the same energy or something completely new here for you next week. So thanks so much again, Virgo, for being here. I appreciate your time with me, and I will see you next time. Good luck with all of this. Bye-bye.